Welcome or welcome back to A Game of Fangs and Thrones. My name's Hannah and this is a weekly reading vlog. Now you'll be able to see from the background, if I go the right way, I have made a start on making this wall pretty. The posters are staying up for now, but I'm doing this backwards. I have my little hat, my cats, they're just on with command strips, and then if I turn this way you can see the extension cable. That's also on with the command strips. The reason why the extension cable is there is because I cannot get to the sockets underneath, right by the bed, very easily. So, and then I'm just going to read Wilkinson's, which is just like a DIY type shop for poster hanging command strips. So I can put pretty posters. Well, I say posters. It will be art prints that I've gotten from book boxes. I think some of them are really cute. And you just get some of the space covered, so it's not as big for vloggy backgrounds. But if you saw last week's vlog, which was last night for me, you'll know I started reading Bridgerton, The Duke and I by Julia Quinn, or at least I thought I told you. I'm not sure now, because I know I ended the vlog with the DNF for Vows of Old and Deadly, and then I started The Duke and I don't think I told you in that video, so ignore me. I started that last night, and I've been reading it this morning. It's about 12:30 now, and I got to page 273 of 339. So it's not too far, and I picked this for Steamy Book, and oh, it's steamy. I don't think this has any prompt for the magical readathon. I've started my own personal TBR early because I ran out of things to read, and I need my set TBR. Yeah, this doesn't have any prompt assigned to it for the magical readathon, but I think everybody has at least heard of this or seen it on Netflix. But it's basically the story of Simon, who is a duke, and Daphne Bridgerton, set in, I think it's Regency. Yeah, Regency London, about 1813. It is the season for all these young marriageable women and their ambitious mamas, and Daphne is getting on. She's classed as almost on the shelf, even though she's like not yet 20. So Simon and Daphne arranged to do fake dating so that Simon gets some peace from the society mothers, and Daphne is seen as interesting and gathers interest and gets more suitors, more interest in her to make a favourable marriage. However, it doesn't quite go to plan, as fake dating never does, and we end up, I mean, it's not a spoiler, it's a romance, we know what's going to happen, but Daphne and Simon get married. I know there is a scene in here because they put it in the film, and I haven't got to it yet, where Daphne abuses Simon a little bit, but I haven't got to that. And yes, I know there's problematic romance in it, but to be honest, just because I read problematic romance doesn't mean I'm going to do that. So that's that. I've gone, other than the command strip, those two on here. I also have two holding up the extension cable on the other side, and I have a new wax burner. Let's show you the wax burner. Yeah, so can you see it? he's a little owl, and yep, we have the extension cable just there, and yes, that is stuck on with command strips and a prey. So I think that's it for this update. Pop it back on the tripod. Here we go, we're all screwed in now. So yeah, I am going out later. I'm going to the pictures or the cinema to see Candyman, the show, and that's at about 2. And like I say, it's only 25 to 1, so I have a fair bit of time to kill, and I wish I'd got more command strips now. I want the poster strips. But I think I need to figure out where everything's going before I do that. So yeah, I think I'm going to have a bit of a play around on this wall, try to get things where I want them, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Okay, so it's a little bit later, and you can see, if I come here, we have the start of an art wall. Yay! Anyway, I obviously went to see Candyman, spooky film, but 5 stars. Go watch it, it's brilliant. It will scare you off looking in mirrors, but you know, we can manage that, I think. And then the book, where's my bookmark go? Where's my bookmark? Oh well, I finished Bridgerton, the Duke and I by Julia Quinn. I gave you a rough synopsis of... Sorry, I've got a really itchy eye. I gave you a rough synopsis of what this was about earlier. I finished it. It gets 4 stars. It's a romance. There's no intrigue, there's no logic, but I really enjoyed it. So I think I'll start something tonight and let you know. Okay, so I still think it's Monday today, but it's not, it's Tuesday. And did I tell you that I started the Midnight Library? I think I did. But yeah, I started this and finished it. I'm rating it 4 stars. It is a very hopeful story about life and what happens if you are given a second chance, and how things that... Let me just chuck it on upside down. And things that may appear perfect on the surface are not so great. And it is there are trigger warnings for suicide and death of a pet in this, but I thought it was very hopeful, very fitting for the time, for the fact of everybody wanted a different life last year, I think, and they wanted to do something different, so that puts us at 3 books so far. Just pop that there. I'll do the bullet journal a bit later, but I think the Midnight Library was a prompt on the Magical Readathon. Yeah, Midnight Library was the Ruin of Sky book, which was a read a book featuring ghosts / haunted house or other supernatural elements. She's in between life and death. I think that's supernatural, so we'll put that in later. But my Limit Crate box came today. Yes, I have opened it because I have no show, and I am very impressed. And let's just dive right in. So this month's theme was Dark Academia. I'll have that open so I can tell you who made what. So this one here is a very cute item that I have a few of already and I love. That is the book pot. Ta-da! And as always, well, not as always, but this is the latest book pot in the collection. his secret societies on the front and on the spine, rituals, histories and conspiracies, and then at the back this is just like a cute little ceramic pot. Artwork by Chatty Nora. I'll just pop that there for now. The next item is in 2 boxes, and it is very cute. I just don't know where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it with my wax warmer actually, because when you see why, it will fit, because my wax warmer is an owl at the moment. So we have this little saucer. It's green and has a really nice mob Greek pattern, I would say, with an owl at the top. And then we have the matching teacup. I have no idea where I'm going to put these, because they are just very not me. This is a little teapot, and that was designed by Niall Grant at Niall Grant on Instagram. Oh, I love how my book trolley, my TBR trolley is just there. Makes it so easy to place. Then we have a little reading and journal planner by Neba Afridi at Whimsical Doodles. It's just a blank reading planner / reading journal, and it is undated, so I can start this whenever I want. Have a bit of a funny smell though. We'll leave the pin till last as normal. Then we have some Dark Academia page tabs. Now I don't tab my books, but this will come in handy for when university starts again. I can mark the sections I'm going to be using, and my favourite, washi tape. I say my favourite only because I'm running out. I think I'm running low. I use cups to store things in the TBR trolley. This one is holding the washi tape and my highlighter. And so this will go straight into there. And the washi tape was designed by Fez Inkwright at Rosedotter on Instagram. So we have our pin, which is in a plastic bag. I don't even know why, but it looks like this. It's a little old book with some tentacles on it, I would say, by Stacey McFly Court. And then we have the book, and I must admit I've heard nothing about this book. But it is The Devil Makes Three by Tori Vavalina. And we'll quickly read the synopsis. When Tess and Elliot stumble upon an ancient book hidden in a secret tunnel beneath their school library, they accidentally release a devil from his book-bound prison, and he'll stop at nothing to stay free. He'll manipulate all the ink in the library books to do his bidding, he'll murder in the stacks, and he'll bleed into every inch of Tess's life until his freedom is permanent. Forced to work together, Tess and Elliot have to find a way to retrap the devil before he kills everyone they know and love, including, increasingly, each other. And compared to what the devil has in store for them, school stress suddenly doesn't seem so bad after all. So it's blue underneath with a really nice embossing. I'm guessing this is Tess and Elliot. The end papers look like the marble, like paper marbled. And it is signed, and we have blue sprayed edges. I have to admit, on a purely on a purely pretty basis, the Teacup and Saucer are definitely my favourite. But I do like the book part as well, because I've got quite a collection going on up there. If you saw last week's vlog, you'll have seen my mini collection of... you'll have seen the book collection, so you would have seen the things I have on there. So next month's theme, September, is To the Bitter End. This month we're celebrating those ride or dies, the teams that will not be separated, that strive for a common goal, no matter the cost. Our featured book this month... oh, so they're just going to tell us. I like it when they do that. Featured book this month is Empire of the Vampire by J. Christoph. Our edition has a all-exclusive cover, embossing on the hardback and digitally printed edges. Ooh. It's also signed by the author, and this is absolutely one of our most stunning books this year, and we cannot wait for you all to see it. As always, both the full box and book-only subscriptions will come with a matching pin designed by Stacey McAvoy-Cohen. Our featured fandoms are Percy Jackson. I've read two, the first two. Throne of Glass, right? It is partly inspired by my channel name. Strange the Dreamer, I have but haven't read yet. The first book. These Violent Delights, I read that and adored it. I cannot wait for the sequel. And An Ember in the Ashes, I haven't read but do want to get my hands on. No Rosie Thorn's 88 Mud this month. It's going to be in October's. But we have replaced it with a super exciting item. Won't be doing a reveal for this item, but let's just say if you're a Percy Jackson fan, you will not want to skip this box. And the sneak peek. The September box will contain Shoe Charms by at Blissfully Books. So that's cool. And I did just get an email saying that my Fairy Loot box has been dispatched as well, so we can expect an unboxing of that soon. Unless I specifically say otherwise, anything I unbox on this channel will be bought and paid for by my own money, unless said otherwise. So I think that's it for this update. I've got no idea what I'm going to read, but as soon as I decide, I'll let you know. Slightly different angle, but I decided to pick up Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. And all I know about this is that we follow Kavoth, and he is telling a story of his life in a tavern. You can see the ball now better, can't you? It's a mix of prints and these Fairy Loot spider cards, but any. That's all I know about that one. This is the Novice Path. Well, it's pumped for the Novice Path because it was readable. That includes a map. And then for my own TBR, it was read an intimidating book. Midnight Library didn't. I told you it had a prompt for the Magical Readathon. The Game of TBR prompt for that one was borrowed book, if I didn't mention it. But this was for the Novice Path and read a book that you find intimidating. Have you seen the size of this? But yeah, and it is also, I think it's also one of G's. It's either her favourite or one of her favourite. So it seemed fitting for the first time for me to read it would be during her readathon. So let's just get reading. Okay, so it's Wednesday. I started The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I'm on page 64, which is 65, which is chapter 9. And so far we have met Quoth, who is hiding as an innkeep, and he is telling his story to the chronicler, who's called Devon, I think. Everybody knows him as chronicler. And so far we know that these demons are spider-like, and after chaos, I guess. And in the past, because this is due timeline, in the past we've met Quoth as a young boy, and he is in his father's travelling troupe, his acting troupe. And it's it is a little bit slow, but it's atmospherically slow. Is that a word? Is that phrase? But this is 662 pages, and I'm on page 65. I have a way to. I think I have quite a way to go before I can finish this, but I think this might be the biggest book on the TBR, or at least one of the bigger ones. And what I'm going to be doing first is prioritising the books that have magical readathon prompts assigned to them. The couple that I read before the 1st of September, because that is today. It's officially the 1st today. The two that I read yesterday and the day before didn't have magical read. Wait, Midnight Library did have a magical readathon prompt. I tell a lie. But that's the books I'm prioritising. If you want to know what I'm reading for what prompt, the TBR video should explain all of that. So I'm just going to get reading, and I'll come back to you if I finish this. So I'll see you soon. Okay, so it's now Saturday morning. I'm sorry for not updating, but to be honest, I had nothing to talk about. I was just reading The Way of the Wind, Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, and I finished it last night. It was just too late to update, and I gave it a 4 stars. I can understand why people don't like it. It is a little bit slow, and there is a bit of a conversational writing style, I would say, that works for this book, because it is Quoth telling his life story. The first book is the first night, second book is the second night, and the third book, when we eventually get it, I'm assuming is the third night. And that Quoth is recounting his life story. And I thought it was fun, I thought it was interesting, I really enjoyed the university setting, thought that was an interesting take on magic, how in this world magic can be taught. It isn't inherited or anything like that, so your limitations are your knowledge and your strength. I like it when the magic system has a limitation, and that is made visible from the offset. I give it a 4 stars. It's not a favourite, but at the same time I can see both sides of the argument. I can see why people absolutely adore it, because Quoth as a young boy is not hilarious, but is precocious the right word for a 15-year-old genius who is surrounded by people a lot older than him? I think so. But then on the other side, because Quoth is a 15-year-old genius surrounded by people older than him, I can see why people might think that he is overrated, a little overpowered. So, 6 and 2 threes. It's all about the balance, and it is a long book, but I gave it 4 stars, and thanks to Midnight Library and The Name of the Wind, I have passed the novice path. I've passed the trial, because you only need a minimum of 2 prompts for the trials, and then 3 for your character development, but that doesn't be due until April. So I think I might work on a character prompt next, because I've had House of Earth and Blood for House of Earth and Blood for a very long time. I think I've had it since Christmas or birthday, by Sarah J. Maas. But I think I'll read that one next, and if I just reach over, you can tell I've been doing other things today, this morning. So let's tell you about my character. That might be helpful. So my character for the magical readathon is called Nimue. because I like the name, and Amy had Merlin on in the background, so it kind of fit. And Nimue is a novice from a welding area of Etheria, so she grew up in the forests. The only local town she used was just for necessities that she couldn't get from the forest, and she's an earthling. So that kind of makes sense. Her ability, her affinity, her element is earth. Whether the fact that she grew up in a forest influenced her earth ability or not, I'm not sure, but she definitely has she's very in tune with nature, as all earthlings are, but as she is an earthling, it is a little bit more prevalent in her. It's a little bit stronger. So she has the green leopard spot, as most earthlings do, and she has a cute little pair of horns, because I've always wanted horns. Or wings, but you know, she can't really have wings if she's earth. If she was air, maybe, but... And so because of that, my character prompts, and G did say it made no difference, but she was interested in moon phases. When she was born, the moon position for Nimue was at the eclipse of all 3 moons. So I'm sure you've either seen my TBR where I talk through the prompts, or you've seen G's announcement video. So we'll do a quick recap. I think now is a good enough time, and I need to pad this vlog out with something. So the journey is 2 prompts minimum, so I've done that already, with the Novice Path entrance, which was read a book with a map, the name of the wind, which fits for my own TBR prompt of read an intimidating book. Intimidating for the sheer size of it and the fact that it is a lot of people's favourite book. And then Ruin of the Sky, read a book featuring ghosts / haunted house or other supernatural elements. The Midnight Library, she is stuck in an in-between phase between life and death. For me, that was the prompt of read about a book. It is Amy's book. I think I bought her for Christmas. So, and that's where we are up to date. The other prompts I have that I can complete if I want to are Ash Tom Tree, a book that keeps tempting you / top of the TBR. Mist of Solitude, read a standalone. Obsidian Falls, read a thriller or mystery book, which I don't actually have a lot of, but oh well. Read a 5-star prediction for Tower of Rumination, and Aurelium Academy arc, a book with a school setting. So because these, I'll get to the sub-study in a minute, that's what I'm calling the character development prompts, but because a lot of those books for Magical Readathon tie up with my own TBR prompts, I will probably finish them and get my novice certification. But we have House of Earth and Blood, the first book in the Crescent City series, and I'm reading this because I'm from Etheria. The prompt is read a book that features Fae or Elven characters, and it's Miss Mass. Is there a Miss Mass book that doesn't have Fae in it? I'm not counting Catwoman in this, because Catwoman is an origin story from the DC universe, which I am also hoping to read this month. But that's that one, and all I know about this is that it follows Bryce, who is she half Fae or something like that, but she lives in Crescent City. She used to light it up, partying all night with angels, shifter human and Fae, but then Demon murdered her 2 closest friends. Then 2 years later, after they think they found the demon, crimes start up again. Bryce is commanded to help investigate, and there is an enslaved fallen angel, Hunt Athalar, assigned to her to make sure that she does what she's supposed to do. But look at this. Look at these end pages. They are gorgeous. It's the same on the back. But look, just stare at that word. Just stare at that. So we have that one. So this is next read, I think. But then we have, because I'm from a forest wildling background as opposed to a city or urban background, read a book largely set in a forest / outside. Excuse me. I went for Aurora Rising. Space. Space is outside. That is the hill I will die on. I am going for that. And then, because I am an earthling, read a book with element of magic or an element word in the book or series title. Now, we can't double up, which is a shame, because this one would have been perfect for that, because earthling. But I actually went for Fire with Fire by I've forgotten her name. Destiny Soraya. Dragons. What more can I say? Dragons. Oh, and I was pleasantly surprised by the name of the wind, because they tagged their name too. That may have been a minor spoiler, but he's not integral to the plot. It could have been anything, I would say. But yeah, that's that. I just filmed another unhaul, because when I did my shelves, obviously there was books that I didn't want anymore, because I went through them constantly with a fine-tooth comb, and any humming and hawing meant that it went in the box. So they're just, you can see. So that's that video will be going up in a couple of weeks, and like I say in that video, if you are interested in owning any of these, they're all in not perfect condition, because they have been read, but they are in decent condition, good condition, I would say. For they're definitely readable. So yeah, my Instagram and everything is always linked below, and also my specific booktube email address. And you can always just comment in the comments of this vlog, and I'll tell you if hang on, this vlog is going up before the unhaul. Either way, if you've seen a title that you like, or you want to know if there's a particular book on my shelves that is no longer there, and if it's available, just let me know in a comment. And I think that's it for this update, because I am rambling, and I'm also hungry. It's about 10 past 10 and I haven't had any breakfast yet. I've had coffee, but I haven't had any breakfast. So I think I'll just pop these back in the box, or maybe start putting them in bags, just to make things easier. Because what I'll do is I'll leave the video up. Well, the video will be up, it'll be out there. But if nobody gets in touch within like the first couple of weeks of that video being up, I will just pop these in a charity shop, or I will try and sell them to something like Ziffit or Music Magpie. But the option is there, you know. The worst I'll say is no, someone's already got it, or I've taken it to a charity shop. So, and in the comments below, if anybody, and you never know, if you comment on this video saying that you're interested in a copy, someone else might be getting rid of theirs, and you can start the conversation that way. So I'll leave you with that, and put them back, and go get some to eat, because I'm hungry. And I'll start out, and then I'll start House of Earth. It's update time! I'm about 48 pages into this, so not really worth an update, but I'm enjoying it so far. I'm getting to grips with all of the characters. We've met Bryce, we've met her friend Danica, and a few other key players, and I forgot to grab my letter opener before I sat down. We have it, because the fairy loot boxes, yeah, no, I can't remember the theme exactly, but I think it's something about romance, but we'll have a look. asleep. Don't think it's all supposed to be used to open scientific packages. Wake up. The nurse back there. Opens pouch. Okay, so it's pretty. Love Struck is the spoilers and the little art card. So we'll keep it to the side. Move all of the. I can get to it. We have a pin. I think it's pretty. It's a shame I don't like the book very much. And it's designed it's full, but can you see? This is a caramel stamp pin designed by Vavalina Designs. It is cute. I'll be keeping that. I just don't like the book that it comes with. I'm getting rid of it, as you can see. We have a little tray. I have one of these before, but I don't know where it's gone. I think kitchen's. I think it's been cleaned by the kitchen. I think it's holding plants actually. But this says it wasn't the end. It was a better beginning by Aidan Thomas. Designed by Stella, bookish art, and a quote from the Cemetery Boys. We have a. Okay, this is a 2-book month, so we'll just leave that one to the end. We have a pencil case. The World is Wild with Wicked Things by Amanda Joy. And this is by this is from A River of Royal Blood, and I have read that book. I absolutely enjoyed it. Oh, that's one of those lined ones. We have a pin banner, and I think this is inspired by Gilded by Marissa Meyer. These Violent Delights, no, I couldn't find it on the thing, by Blanca Designs, and this is inspired by These Violent Delights, but it could also be Gilded, I suppose. Right. So we have the tarot cards. We have Ace of Pentacles and 2 of Pentacles, designed by Morgana Anagram, and these are from Caraval again. So I wonder if this is Scarlet and Legend, but I honestly can't remember what name would look like in that book. Okay, so first book we have Afterlove by Tanya Byrne. Not even death will tear them apart. Car headlights. The last thing Ash hears is the snap of breaking glass as a windscreen hits her and shatters into a million pieces like stars. But she made it. She's still here. Or is she? This New Year's Eve, Ash gets an invitation from the afterlife she can't decline, to join a clan of fierce girl rippers who take the souls of the city's dead to await their fate. But Ash can't forget her first love, Poppy, and she will do anything to see her again, even if it means they only get a few more days together, dead or alive. And ooh, it has pretty pink edges. I have to admit, I have been wanting to get into romance, so, and it is signed. So this is it has a beautiful exclusive cover, sprayed edges and the digital signature, and it's a sapphic love story. Well, kind of tells you on the cover there, but yeah, interested in that one. And then we have the main book of the month, which is Ready Orange, I would say. Looks more orange on the camera. Yeah, it's orange. Just looked right when I picked it up there. Right, so we have the bookmark, the fairy scoop, which we will look at in a minute, the letter from the author with the character print. Oh, she's a redhead. And the book. These Horror Bios by Lexi Ryan. And I have been seeing this all over Instagram. But go to the Sealy Court and find the Queen's secret portal to enter the most dangerous place in Fairy. Find my sister and rescue her from a power-hungry king. Child's play. Choking on my own spit. Bree would do anything before making a deal with the Fae. Death is preferable to their vicious schemes. Okay, so this looks like it's a fairy romance, which I'm not opposed to. Let's see what I'm not reading the synopsis because it's fucking long. Sexy, action-packed fantasy about a girl who's caught between two treacherous fairy courts. Fairy Loot exclusive edition has an exclusive cover. Stenciled and sprayed edges. It's orange at the top and then it has like suns down the spine. No, not the spine. The opposite of the spine. An artwork on the reverse of the dust jacket. I like it when they don't put anything on here because then you lose half of it when you put it on. And it is signed by the author as well. Oh, we have some exclusive embossing. Pretty. Yep, and there's the signature page. And so it looks like this is a Bree makes a deal with the Fae. Her sister is taken by the sadistic king of the Unsealed Court. So Bree makes a deal with the king himself to steal 3 magical relics from the rival Sealy Court. And getting access to Sealy Court easier said than done. Only choice is to pose as a potential bride for Prince Ronan, who's the Sealy prince who's not quite as wicked as she once thought. But then she gets help from a band of unsealing misfits with their own secret agenda. Bree spends time with them and their mysterious leader Finn. And she finds herself struggling to resist his seductive charm. So, looks like we have a love triangle going on, which, if it's done right. So that's it. Favourite item this month? Probably the tree, because I've still got room on my pin banners. But I'll quickly tell you what next month's theme before the camera starts flashing. Uprising. Whether you're a hero risking everything to destroy an evil force, a warrior partaking in a battle of epic proportions, or a guardian rising up against someone that is trying to harm your loved ones. Fighting back for what you believe in and to save the ones you love is one of the tropes that we enjoy most in a fantasy book. In this box you can expect items inspired by Six Crimson Cranes, which I have, but not read yet. Daughter of Smoke and Bone, have, read. Ember in the Ashes, not owned or not read. And The Prison Healer, owned and read. Thrilled to reveal that this week will once again have 2 books. What? Second book is a paperback with exclusive cover and digital signature. Not revealing the title of the book, but will give a hint. A new September release where 2 teenagers strike a deadly alliance to hunt down the ancient creature menacing their home. Sounds like every fantasy going, so that's not a great hint. Featured book of the month, follow the girl who will risk everything to bring down the system in a kingdom divided by corruption. Again, not much going for it there. But yeah, I'm really excited, and we have obviously the author, interview with the author. Oh, and there is a sequel. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna pop these away, find a place for everything, and should we fish on to pick me up? See you soon. Bye. Okay, so it's Sunday. We'll spin you that this week's CD. Oh well, I'll add to that as it goes. But it's Sunday. I'm just popping in to wrap up this vlog. But before I do, I went to Waterstones and I went on a romance binge. I bought 4 books. I've got books 2 and 3 of the Brown Sisters trilogy. That's Act Your Age, Eve Brown, and Take a Hint, Danny Brown. I think Danny is the second one and Eve is the last one. But I don't think it really makes much difference if you read them out of order anyway. So I'll pop them on. I feel like you don't need me to tell you about these, but we'll quickly read the synopsis. We'll read Danny first. So Danica Brown knows what she wants: professional success, academic renown, an occasional roll in the hay to relieve all their career-driven tensions. But romance? Been there, done that, burned the t-shirt. So Danny asks the universe for the perfect friends with benefits. When brooding security guard Sophia Ansari rescues her from a workplace fire drill gone wrong, it's an obvious sign. PhD student Danny and ex-rugby player Zaf are destined to sleep together. But before she can explain that fact, a video of the heroic rescue goes viral. Now, half the internet is shipping #DrRugby, and Zaf is begging Danny to play along. Danny's plan is simple: fake a relationship in public, seduce Zaf behind the scenes. But grumpy Zaf is secretly a romantic, and he's determined to corrupt Danny's stone-cold realism. With every fake date and midnight meeting, Danny's easy lay becomes more complex than her thesis. Has her wish backfired, or is the universe waiting for her to take a hint? And then we have actual age Eve Brown. Eve Brown is a certified hot mess. No matter how hard she strives to do right, her life always goes horribly wrong, so she's given up trying. But when her personal brand of chaos ruins a wedding, her parents draw the line. It's time for Eve to grow up and prove herself, even though she's not entirely sure how. Jacob Wayne is always in control. The uptight B&B owner expects nothing than perfection from his employees, so when a purple-haired tornado of a woman applies for his open chef position, he tells her the brutal truth. Not a chance in hell. Then she hits him with her car, supposedly by accident. Now his arm is broken, his B&B is understaffed, and the dangerously unpredictable Eve is fluttering around trying to help. Before long, she's infiltrated his work, his kitchen, and his spare bedroom. Sunny, chaotic Eve is his natural-born nemesis, but the longer these two enemies spend in close quarters, the more their animosity turns into something else entirely. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think there is neurodivergence rep in this one. And obviously Get a Life, Chloe Brown has chronic illness representation. So then we have, I went into the young adult section and found the buy one get one half price books, but I'd made myself not buy fantasy because I'm trying to branch out. So this is a Honey and Issues Guide to Fake Dating by Adiba Jigada. Not sure how to say that, but easygoing and popular, Honey Khan has it all until she comes out as bisexual and her friends don't believe her. An academic overachiever Issue Day has a lot to prove, but her shot at head girl relies on being popular. Their solution? Pretend to be dating, even though they hardly know each other and definitely don't like each other. But as they get closer, things get messy. Can two Bengali girls find happily ever after, even when the odds are stacked against them? I think this might just be cute. And it is female-female romance. Indian representation. I think this author is also the woman who wrote the Henna Wars, which I've heard good things about as well. But I wanted to read this one. Then we have Reputation by Lex Croucher. Abandoned by her parents in favour of a Seaview middle class. Abandoned by her parents in favour of a Seaview middle class Georgiana, Elaz has moved to a new town to live with her dreary aunt and uncle. At a particularly dull dinner party, she meets the enigmatic Frances Campbell, a wealthy socialite and enchanting member of the in crowd. Excuse me. Through Frances and her friends, Georgiana is introduced to a new world of wild parties, drunken debauchery, mysterious young men with strangely alluring hands, and the sparkling upper echelons of Regency society. But high society isn't all it's cracked up to be, and the price of entry might be more than Georgiana is willing to pay. Described as if Bridgerton and Fleabag had a book baby, and I love those two shows. And I've recently just finished the Duke and I. Anywho, so that's all of that. The rest of the afternoon, because it is still fairly early, it's 3:30. So the rest of this afternoon, early evening, will be editing this vlog, so you can see that on Monday. Making sure the wrap up is ready to go for next Friday, so the Friday of the week you're seeing this. And then I also filmed my book unhaul. I think this is the second one, and you'll see that some point this month as well. And just working on House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. I'm a bit further in, and I am still loving it, so I can't really review it so far, but I am really enjoying it. I can see why people love Hunt and Bryce together. I think I'm going to be a fan of those two. They make me laugh already, and I'm loving the political elements of it. So much to this world that I want to know, and obviously there is the big mystery of who the killer is. So that's so very interesting. So I'm just going to wrap up this vlog, which I'm hopefully getting better at. So I have read get my bullet journal out. 3 books this week. Well, read and finished 3. I'm reading 4. Read 4, finished 3, and they were The Duke and I, Midnight Library, and The Name of the Wind. And for The Duke and I gave it 4 stars. It was funny, it was entertaining. There were a few scenes that made me feel a bit icky. If you've seen the show or read the book, you'll know which ones I mean. Midnight Library got 4 stars again. It was fun, I was intrigued, but it didn't feel like anything too special. And then I read The Name of the Wind, 4 stars. Interesting, loved it, enjoyed it, just didn't give me that 4-star vibes, but I do want to continue with the series because I want to know more about Bast. So that's it for this vlog, I think. If you liked it, give it a like and subscribe if you want to see this, talk about these, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!